If I had to lose belly fat in just 30 days, and I'm talking about really losing it, not just the bloat, here's the exact step-by-step plan that I would follow. I'm Dr. Nina, a licensed psychologist, and after losing over 100 pounds in my 20s and now 40 pounds after 40 in postpartum, I learned that most belly fat advice, it just completely ignores what happens to our hormones after 35. Can I get an amen? So if you're tired of belly crunches that don't work and restrictive diets that leave you hangry, this video here is for you. I'm breaking down my 4-phase system that works with your body. We getting it all the way together. And by the end, you're going to have a clear roadmap that you can start today. So go ahead, grab your notebook, hit that like button and drop day 1 with your start date in the comments, because accountability starts here. Let's get into it.
Dr. Nina, the girl next door, beautiful brown baby doll.
Quick favor, if this video helps you and you want to see more real health for women, hit that like button and drop a comment below. YouTube's been hiding my content lately, and your engagement really does help this reach other people that need to hear it. And y'all know I'm reading every single comment. Now hold up, little grasshopper, let's get one thing straight. You cannot spot reduce belly fat. No amount of ab workouts or magic pills are going to target just your stomach fat. But here's the good news. You don't need hours of cardio or to eat like Bugs Bunny the rabbit. You just need a plan that works with your body, especially if you're over 35 and dealing with hormonal changes. This plan here has 4 phases over 30 days, and each builds on the last one. So do not skip ahead. And I'm weaving in the bigger mistakes that stall progress so that you can avoid them. Let's dive into phase 1. Days 1 through 7, foundation week. The first week is about calming inflammation. Belly fat actually thrives when you're inflamed and stressed. And it's not just calories, it's what those foods do to your body. So what you're doing, cut processed foods, sugary drinks, greasy snacks. You're going to replace them with lean proteins, colorful veggies, and healthy fats. Drink significantly more water. And I know some of y'all still around here with orange pea. Okay, I said orange. Your body cannot burn fat dehydrated. And this isn't about perfection. Make your swaps strategic. Instead of cutting your chips cold turkey, add things like carrots and hummus first. Focus on addition, not restriction. This is what makes this sustainable. I don't have time to cook. 35 minutes. One day. Prep your chicken breast, steam broccoli, or buy some baked chicken if you need to, or roasted chicken. Make a little bit of rice with it, and mix and match the different things that you have all week. And here's a big mistake to avoid. Going too extreme, too fast. And I know some of y'all pedals to the metal. Cutting calories to nothing, exercising twice daily. This is going to backfire unless you playing for the Kansas City Chiefs or something. Your body is going to enter survival mode, and your metabolism actually tanks. So why this works? You're stabilizing your blood sugar, reducing the insulin spikes that cause belly fat storage, and you're flushing the toxins. And y'all, I want you to hear me. Nutrition is 80% of the battle. And I had to learn this the hard way. Again, I was disciplined in the gym early on, but then wasn't eating quite well. I was eating pretty terribly. My body wouldn't change completely because I was still eating things that I knew didn't agree with it. So here's your hot tip. Start each morning with lemon water before anything else. It hydrates you, supports liver detox, and it helps to set a positive tone for the rest of your day. Days 8 through 14 is your dial-in nutrition. Your body's recalibrated and now it's ready to burn fat. But your meals, they need to fuel you correctly. And this is the 50-25-25 rule. So every plate, 50% colorful vegetables for fiber, digestion, and fullness. 25% at least of protein, mine is often more. Chicken, fish, tofu, whatever floats your boat. That's going to build your muscle. Oh yeah, and keep it lean. And 25% healthy carbs and fats. Sweet potato, avocado, wild rice. This keeps you fuller longer, reduces cravings, and it fights the bloat. So the mistake to avoid? Only doing cardio and ignoring strength training. Cardio alone is not going to give you the body composition changes that you want. You need muscle to transform that metabolism. You want to give your body a little shape, okay? We're not trying to be walking around here shapeless in our own right. We just want to give it a little chiseling. You see, your metabolism is largely determined by your muscle mass. More muscle equal more calories burned at rest. So here's a hot tip. Keep your frozen vegetables stocked. I do, okay? Same nutrients, 0 prep time. It's just flash frozen. I keep frozen broccoli on lock. And my Normandy vegetables from Costco. And that's 10 minutes to a nutritious meal when I'm exhausted. Now, before we dive into phase 3, I want to talk to you about something that really has supported me through my transformation. And I've talked to y'all about it before. It was about making sure that my body had what it actually needed through this process. Because here's the thing, 95% of women are deficient in at least one key nutrient. I learned this during my own journey and it made all the difference. Most vitamins out there, they just gonna give you the bare minimum. Or worse, they're loaded with fillers in the wrong forms that your body can't properly absorb. And that's why I'm excited to partner with Needed today, who's the sponsor of today's video. And y'all know your girl don't mess around with my body and what I put into it, especially through all the things I've been through. Needed is different because they go beyond the bare minimum with optimal forms and dosages that are actually recommended by over 10,000 perinatal experts, OBs, and even functional medicine doctors. Now, I have their cellular aging support, and it makes so much sense for where I'm at in life. During perimenopause and even beyond, our bodies work even harder at the cellular level to adapt to hormonal changes. This was specifically formulated to help support healthy cellular aging, also energy and mitochondrial health. Needed was created by two mothers and trained nutritionists who spent over 3 years developing their formulas. And this was with practitioners who test nutrient health at every life stage. Everything is third-party tested, so I know exactly what I'm getting. Look, there's so much that we can't control with our own health journey, but nutrition, that's something we can control. If you want to support your body in the ways that it deserves while you're working on these habits, use my code Dr. Nina for 20% off your first order. That includes already discounted subscriptions. The link is in the description. And honestly, y'all, this discount is not going to last forever. So if you've been thinking about upgrading your nutrition routine, now's the time. All right, y'all, let's get into phase 3. This is where the real transformation happens. Days 15 to 21 is that movement that works. Truth about movement and belly fat, you don't need hours of cardio, boo. What transforms your body? Oh, that's strength training and progressive overload. My 100-pound weight loss in my 20s and my 40-pound weight loss after 40, mostly weightlifting. Boom. Yes, I do my cardio 3 to 4 times a week, about 15 to 25 minutes max concentrated. But results came from calorie deficit through nutrition and building muscle through my resistance training and progressive overload. That means increasing weight or reps week to week. You can't lift the same weight and do the same amount of reps and expect change over time. Your muscles, they adapt. Just like that funky foot man, you need to get off the couch. I'm joking, just making sure you're listening. You must challenge those muscles progressively. So a big mistake to avoid, not tracking the progressive overload. If you're not tracking your lifts, you're probably not progressing. Use an app or write it down, but track it. An example, last week I was doing a bunch of glute bridges. I was also lifting a lot. I was doing some barbell moves. I was doing squats and jumps. And if I was doing most of that with 20 pounds, this week I need to increase the reps. So if I was doing 10 reps the previous week with, let's say, 20 pounds, I need to either do 11 reps at 20 pounds or 10 reps at 25 pounds. That's progressive overload. Do you pick up what I'm putting down? But here's the real tea for why muscle matters to fat loss. Cardio burns calories during the workout, and when you're done, it stops. You want to achieve the afterburn. With muscle, you burn calories at rest. Right now, just sitting here having our little chit chat, I'm burning more calories just sitting here because I have muscle. And that's the power of higher muscle mass. It's increased resting metabolism. Comment below, what's your biggest workout fear? Or what stopped you from strength training before? And I hear so many people giving so much flack to walking, but walking is so underrated. And if you're not doing anything and you go from that to walking, you're gonna see some differences. I walk daily, doing at least 10 to 12K steps, and sometimes I do jogs and runs. I love walking after meals when possible. Either I get a walk in on my walking pad or I get a little jog in on my treadmill. And this helps with digestion and blood sugar. Walking lowers cortisol, which is your stress hormone. It also improves digestion and it burns fat without stressing your body like high intensity cardio. I love a good HIIT workout, but not all the time. So here's your phase 3 formula. Strength training with progressive overload, 3 to 4 times weekly. Walking daily. 8 to 10,000 steps if you can. And that's at a minimum. And optional, light cardio 1 to 2 times a week if you enjoy it. I'm intimidated by the weight room. And I didn't mean to say that with rolling my eyes, y'all, I guess. And I hear you, but there's something powerful about being in that weight room. Lifting weights, getting stronger, and realizing that you're not fragile. I even like to do it at home, y'all. If you are not comfortable in a gym, first, start at home. Just get you some small weights. The neoprene ones really do. I have built up my weight collection over the years, but it's just nice to have a few weights around that I can make sure that I get in what I need to. And I also feel that it's in the comforts of my own home. But you can also start small, use resistance bands or 5 to 10 pound dumbbells, and watch your confidence build over time. And that's the beauty of progressive overload. So here's something to try. Week 1, lift 5 pounds because you're nervous. Week 2, lift 10 pounds or increase your reps. That's how you build the confidence. I don't have time to walk. Combine walking with what you already do. Get a walking pad. Wash dishes while walking in place. Play with the kids while walking. Listen to podcasts or that book you've been putting off while walking. This is habit stacking. And it works. So a hot tip, pair your walks with sunlight when possible and wear your sunscreen. Morning walks actually boost mood. They support your circadian rhythm and they regulate the sleep-wake cycle. Baby, I be getting some of the best sleep of my life the deepest sleep of my life, especially when I got more consistent with my movement. Days 22 through 30, the missing piece. Final phase. And this one is the piece that most people completely ignore, but it's so critical. Stress is the top saboteur of fat loss. Elevated cortisol makes your body cling to fat, especially around that belly. You can do everything else right, but if your stress is high, your body fights you and it will win. So here's the mistake to avoid: underestimating stress and sleep. You can't out-exercise or out-diet chronic stress or that sleep deprivation. Your hormones ain't gonna allow it. Stress management is a non-negotiable, and especially to my women watching, this phase might feel so uncomfortable for us because so many of us are pouring into other people. But you can't show up fully for nobody else if you're not taking care of yourself first. And if you're having problems with this, I got some gifts for you down below. They're also linked in the video: my goal setting workbook and my boundary setting checklist. My gifts to you. So here's the phase 4 actions. 5 to 10 minutes of daily mindfulness, meditation, breath work, visualization, whatever works for you. For me, I just like uninterrupted time, just me. My mornings are sacred. I get up in the morning and I move slowly and I tend to myself before I do anyone else. And this helps me to stay consistent because I'm pouring into myself. You might even want to journal or just write things down. I love my It's Gonna Be Okay journal. Get clutter out of your mind and onto the paper. And this also might help you to practice gratitude. When I look back at some of those pages and look at how I was feeling in comparison to how I'm feeling now and the betterment of my mental stability, I feel better. Writing things down takes the haziness out of your mind and puts it onto the paper. Instant relief. Even just finding 1 to 3 things you're grateful for overall. Even on your worst day, y'all, it gives perspective. Now comment below. On a scale of 1 to 10, how is your stress levels lately? You also want to prioritize sleep. 7 to 8 hours nightly if you can get it, or somewhere as close as possible to it. Sleep is when fat burning and muscle recovery happens. That's why when you wake up, your belly's a little bit, firmer and smaller because it's had a lot more time to work on burning fat, but also to get rid of that bloat overnight. Now, why does this matter? Lowering cortisol reduces fat storage, and that reduces cravings. Stress triggers sugar and junk food cravings. And lowering the cortisol levels, that's going to give you more energy for your workouts. And that's because you're recovering properly. So a hot tip: create a bedtime wind down routine. Maybe there's dim lighting or herbal tea, lo-fi music, get a little jiggy with it. Try to avoid as much of your phone before bed if you can. Whatever signals your body that it's time to rest. So let me recap the biggest mistakes that'll stall your progress. Going too extreme too fast, your metabolism tanks. Ignoring strength training. Cardio alone will not transform your body. You won't progress without tracking. Underestimating your stress and sleep. Your hormones, they ain't gonna cooperate. They ain't going. And y'all expecting immediate results? Know that real sustainable fat loss, it takes time. You ain't gained the weight overnight. Okay? And yes, I said ain't. And you certainly won't lose it overnight. Be patient with yourself though. So there's your complete 30-day plan. No gimmicks, no extremes, no expensive programs. Just real sustainable progress. So quick recap. Week 1, clean nutrition, reduce inflammation, and hydrate because we done being dry and we tired of orange peel. Week 2, master the 50-25-25 plate and support your body with quality nutrition. Week 3, lift weights with progressive overload. Walk daily and build muscle. And week 4, manage stress, journal, prioritize sleep, get some alone time. These are the exact phases I use to drop 40 pounds and keep it off sustainably. And this is what also helped me in my first weight loss. And remember, these phases need implementation over time, so be patient. You cannot do this for a week and expect total transformation. Consistency, that's everything. Ready to start? Comment "It's my turn" down below with your start date. And don't forget to use code Dr. Nina for 20% off needed. This offer won't last, so grab it while you can, and your link's in the description. So go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you share this with somebody who can use it so that we can bring more people to uplift into the community and give them all of this good. This is to the beginning of what you're capable of. Now let's make it happen. Dr. Nina signing out. Peace.